Our top story right now is about accountability and how the initially slow prosecutions of the insurrection are now moving forward with new and damning evidence that are spilling out into public view for the first time, including texts from Oath Keeper militia members about how they planned their own security for Trump allies who might have helped stage a coup. That includes Roger Stone, Alex Jones, and the previously convicted Trump aide, Michael Flynn. Now, these kind of details matter because, remember, top government officials already have security or Secret Service protection. But the DOJ is probing and Congress is investigating a sedition conspiracy. That's literally what it's been charged as. And that means part of the literal goal was to create either a parallel government or overthrow the election with a coup. This is the kind of stuff that sounds intense or extreme or dramatic. You might, at one point in history in America, feel like you were being paranoid talking about this. And yet I'm telling you about things that are in the charging documents. I'm telling you about why they were arming and protecting plotters, which would make it part of the coup operation, depending on how far it got. This is not a drill. Some of these defendants are currently being held behind bars awaiting their trial. They've been deemed far too dangerous to walk free while they await their sedition trial. And there are these new questions as well about how members of Congress were also exploring other ways to overthrow Biden's lawful victory. That includes Senator Lee's now revealed text to a Trump lawyer who is still fighting to hide over 30,000 other pages of emails from investigators. And there is a big difference between making empty claims about voter fraud in an interview or at a rally, which is generally legal, and trying to take the same claims, knowingly false claims, and use fraud within the government to then overthrow it. So this new evidence is putting a new light on some of what we saw in public. Oath Keep members, for example, escorting Roger Stone in early January. Well, now the texts show militia leaders trying to link with other members of Congress as well, like the former Trump doctor turned Republican congressman. You may remember him. There's furtive calls to give him needed protection, citing some sort of critical data that he would have. And Rhodes, now in jail, responds offering that now Congressman Jackson, his cell phone number. There's other evidence that shows links between Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and how they were all in touch operationally before they turned that march and stormed rally on the mall into storming the Capitol. So you see that headline, it's about a link to the Proud Boys. Now that's very interesting to investigators because before the election, while many in the Republican Party kept minimizing or lying about Trump's clearly telegraphed intent to overthrow democracy and stay in power if he didn't win the election, well, amidst all of that, he was actually pressed on this by a journalist, and he went farther than any president in modern history to openly call for this kind of standby option of violent vigilantism, what would be potentially coup support from exactly this group. It was extreme at the time, and the new evidence against these militias and the Proud Boys, well, makes it today look even worse.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared to specifically
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call them? What do you want to call them? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
white supremacists. Like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem.